Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Before learning the material in this video, let me introduce myself. My name is Ida Ayu Lestari. I'm a student of Economic Education, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education at Tanjung Pura University. I want to tell you about the subject of my video is manage the lecture, especially how to posting the number from journal to lecture. I want to start by explain. The first, the meaning of the lecture. The second, the function of the lecture. The third, forms of the lecture. And the last, I want to explain about the steps how to post numbers from journal to lecture. The first point is tell about the meaning of the lecture. The lecture is a record that contains a collection of accounts that constitute a unity of its own and interconnected. Recording transactions in lecture is based on account type and recorded chronologically. In the general lecture, accounts are already classified or grouped so that it becomes clearer to know each account changes in chronological order. That's the explanation of the lecture. Let's move to the next point. The second point is tell about the function of the lecture. As for the function of the lecture include 1. To summarize the transaction data that has been recorded in the journal. 2. As a container to classify financial data and to determine the number or state of the account that has occurred. 3. As the basis for the classification of transactions that have been recorded in the journal. 4. As data and information sources to prepare financial statements. That's all I have to say about the function of the lecture. Let's move to the next point. The third point is tell about the various forms of the lecture. As for the forms of the lecture are as follows. 1. Form T or simple is the simplest form of the lecture, the form of the letter T and has two segments of the left and right. 2. From control or regular lecture is a lecture with a step next to each other. 3. From single balance lecture. 4. From double balance lecture. As for example, the forms of the lecture are as follows. 1. From T or simple. For example. 2. From control or regular lecture. For example. 3. From single balance lecture. For example. 4. From double balance lecture. For example. That's some the forms of the lecture you need to know. Let's move to the last point. In the last point, I want to tell you about how to post the numbers from journal to lecture. Previously, we should know what is a posting. Posting is an activity of moving numbers in the debit and credit columns of the journal to the lecture. In posting the lecture, preferably a balanced pair of principals, the number in the post is the number of each account and given the end date of the month in question. As for accounts in the sundry column posted every time a transaction occurs. There are two ways of posting, that is, 1. Posting from general journal. Posting from general journal are done every transaction date. As for the steps of posting from general journal to the lecture are as follows. A. Record the date of the lecture account in accordance with the journal. B. Note the number of journal debits to a general lecture account debit and record the number of journal credit to a general lecture account credit. C. Note the journal page number to the account reference column in question. D. Note the corresponding account code number to the journal reference column. 2. Posting from special journals. Posting from special journals are done once a month at the end of each month. As for the posting steps of a special journal to the lecture are as follows. A. Add the numbers to each column for each account at the numbers in the sundry column. B. Enter the number of accounts in a debit-only journal to the debit ledger account and the credit amount to the credit ledger account at the end of the month. C. For accounts in the sundry column that is posted is not the number but the account numbers. D. For accounts in the sundry column, give a check below the number of numbers that have been posted. That's all I have to say about how to posting the numbers from journal to lecture, both general journal and special journal. Conclusion. Finally, the conclusion of this material is that before you know how to pass numbers from general journal or special journal to lecture, first you must know and understand about the meaning of lecture, the function of lecture, and various forms of lecture. This is because every material in managing lecture is related to each other. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully this video can be useful for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.